Hello, welcome to my current studio. These are some of my paintings hung up. Look, finally, right? Hi, if you're new here, my name is Armida. I am an oil painter. I specialize in rainbow, colorful clouds like these ones behind me, and what I'm going to be starting today. Yeah, we're basically in my studio, which is sort of this makeshift little room that I have in the front of my parents' house. We had to move back into my parents' house because everything is expensive now and we couldn't afford to live on our own. Yeah, I'm finally getting back into painting. I'm gonna be doing a small little like yellow sunset clouds today. I just finally had the urge. I think the final thing to motivate me to finally get back into painting was getting my little living room, my little studio to look kind of cool. I don't know what it is with me. If you'd see my last place that I lived in, our wonderful apartment in Peoria, Arizona, I totally decked out my whole studio back there, and it was so fun. It was my favorite place like ever in this whole world. You know, you make do with your current circumstances, and it's all about your attitude. So I'm gonna finally get back into painting today. So come on and watch me do it. Okay, right, let's go. Starting off, I already mixed all of the paint that I'll be starting with. It just helps kicks things off if I already have at least 5 colors already mixed and ready to go. I always sort of just outline with my brush where the generic shapes of each color are going to go. There's no pressure. If anything isn't perfect, I can always move stuff around later. The real goal right now is to cover up all of the white canvas with some color, any color really, because the white of the canvas can really mess with my eyes as I continue to work on the painting. I like to point out that the purple horizontal band at the bottom of the painting was the easiest part of this entire thing because I already had a purple violet paint tube that was this exact color. I was like, yes, I didn't have to mix a bunch of paint to find this exact purple. That's why, kids, you buy unique pigments so that one day it would just make your life that much easier. I already put in that bright yellow in the middle cloud and made sure that it was bright enough to be accurate of the source image. I have to do this right away because all of the other colors surrounding it will react to that bright yellow in the middle. If I made it too plain of a yellow, then all of the colors around it wouldn't be mute enough to make that yellow stand out. If you enjoy me making these voiceovers, sort of giving my thought process, my step-by-step like ideas of what I was like thinking of when I was working on these paintings, please give this video a like so that I know that you enjoy me showing my paintings this way, fully diving into the whole creative process. It would really help me out. This purple outline of the cloud in the middle is really a shadow per se, but it does a good job of making everything else pop in comparison. And that's the end of day one. I really count the days that I work on paintings instead of hours, because sometimes life happens and I can't paint more that day for whatever reason. And if I were to count every single hour that I sat and painted a painting, I would go crazy. Getting into day two, I really was mostly just mixing paint, really getting into those pinks and oranges, making sure that they were the perfect amount of warm or cool tones for each little section of the clouds. And since I did so much paint mixing this day, all of my strokes on the actual painting are mostly just little dabs. Just boop, there it is, there's some paint. and then I go mix over here on my palette, and then boop, there's some more paint. It's really funny how much painting is mostly mixing compared to how little of like actually putting paint on the actual painting is. I like to point out that I only used 2 different brushes for this entire painting. One like flat head type of brush, and then one smaller one that I'm using right now. I'm such a big advocate for using as little of number of brushes as possible. Not only does it make cleaning them at the end of the day so much easier and simpler, but also it sort of like makes everything cohesive if I'm using the same kind of brush for the entire thing. Plus this painting's so tiny, like it doesn't need to be all that complicated. I knew that one of the last steps was to make sure that the yellow center was nice and bright, but still not overworking it, because it can get really washed out if I were to spend too much time on it. And then it's finished. This is what it looks like in direct sunlight. I like to take my final pictures of my paintings, preferably outside in direct sunlight. The colors obviously pop to the fullest extent. And also, I like that you can see itty bitty shadows of my globs of paint. They're subtle enough that it's not distracting, but you can also tell how I painted it by hand, which I think is really cool. Alright, so here it is finished. Yeah, it doesn't really take all that long to paint paintings this size. Like, yeah, it only took me about 2 days, and that's usually how long it takes me to do little cloudscapes that are about this size. But I really like it. I can't wait until it's dry enough for me to put it in a frame. Like, I have a bunch of, like, itty-bitty, like, 5x7-inch frames that I like to, like, stick little paintings like this in, because they are really easy to sell and stuff, especially when it's, like, already in a frame, and then it's like boom, it's like so easy to like hang up or like put at your desk or a shelf or whatever. But yeah, I really like it. I love all these colors. I've held on to the photo, like the reference photo for this, for ages. Like, I think the reference photo I took was from like 2022, and here we are in 2025 now. And I was like, oh, I know this will be like a good like little itty bitty painting, and yeah, here I am. Actually finally being able to paint it. Yeah, I guess this little bitty painting is more of like, oh, my first painting here in this like makeshift studio that I have over at my parents' house. Like, this is also my living room where my husband and I like relax and chill, and it's also like the cat room as well. Like, we have all the cat stuff in here, like the cat tree where they eat, you know. We even have like a litter box in the corner. It's just like, this is just our everything room, and then we have our, you know, bedroom in the other side of the house. So yeah, we just like have had to, you know, make it all makeshift. We went from, you know, a 2-bedroom apartment, moved back into my parents' house where they're already established. They already, you know, have their own thing going on, and my Nana Jessie. So it's like, oh, we're squeezing our way in here. So it did take a while to feel comfortable in this space enough to paint it. I guess comfortable is not the right word, because it makes it seem like I was uncomfortable here, but no, it was more like, oh, this is my space to unwind, and my husband as well, and you know, we have our toddler, of course. I sort of miss, you know, having a whole room dedicated to my paintings. Like, it was just like my whole room, and so now I get like kind of like this corner right here, back here. Hopefully pretty soon I'll be able to like make a bunch more paintings, and then everything behind me, like this tan part of the wall that I have not put anything up, maybe I can like decorate it. I felt like starting from one end and moving to the other it just felt right to me to have all the paintings over there. And yeah, like I can't wait to keep painting. I have another image lined up that I'm excited to start, but I knew I had to show you guys this one I had literally just finished it. But yeah, I had a whole lot of fun. Please make sure to like this video if you liked it and you like painting content, and subscribe for more painting content, of course. Like, here I am back into it. You know, I always just need to start, and then I keep going. And yeah, that's me with my painting content. All right, well, I'll see you next time with the next painting, and goodbye.